And hello everyone, and welcome back to day 2 of the Brits Premier Cup, organized by Wild Ones Helper Rolling and others. Yesterday we had a fantastic matchup, or two fantastic matchups already. So I guess we can talk about them and just recheck the results and also, I don't know, just probably get some speculations going. So let's do exactly that. So right now, this is the current table. Kana on top with Dinos right behind, tied here currently with Serenity and BPS going for third and fourth, just one victory apart. Serenity winning two tiebreakers, therefore, which is quite a feat. Raid, APA, Vale, and Aqua currently in for a last chance tournament that will be after the round robin. And HSOP and Reckham currently not looking too great either. Reckham here only managing to win 3 games total yesterday. Looking to step up their game here within the next round. To just have a precise check, yesterday we had Raid 3-4 against Serenity, who we're watching play against Reckham in a moment. Kana 4-3 against Aqua, quite a surprise to me. APA 2-4 to BPS. HSOP, the match that we streamed, 3-4 against Vale. That was a really fantastic tiebreaker. And Dinos 4-1 against Reckham. And then in round 2, we had Aqua being beaten again, this time by Raid 2-4. BPS losing to Serenity 3-4. Vale then getting absolutely walked over here, 0-4 against Kana. Reckham losing 2-4 against APA, and Dinos here taking out HSOP. And yeah, this is the current leaderboard. And let's just have a look at the schedule for today and who streams what matches. So, starting up with the first lineup, and as you can see on the top of my screen, we have Serenity and Reckham, the match I will be streaming today. We also have Raid vs BPS, streamed by Aminet, who is here for today. We have Aqua and Vale, streamed by Fishy. We have Serenity. Kana vs Dinos, streamed by Fujit. And then we have APA versus HSOP from Jack, streamed. So today Aminet replacing Rolling here as the 5th streamer. And then for the second round off, we have Vale versus Raid, two German clans facing each other. The one I will be streaming, in fact, in about 1 hour. We will then be seeing Reckham versus BPS, streamed by Jack. Dinos versus Aqua, by Aminet. HSOP versus Serenity by Fujit. And the last lineup, APA versus Kana by Fishy. You can see the maps down below, the bottom map being the tiebreaker. In this case, we have Desert Sands, Canal, Neville Frontier, and Yukon as the tiebreaker, as well as Yukon, Oasis Palms, Dynasties, and Castilla as a tiebreaker. So this is the schedule for today. This, again, to remind you, is the format. We have 10 teams for a round robin. All of these matches are best of 7s, meaning you need to win 4 games in order to be successful here and win over your opponent. The last 2 will be out immediately. We will have a last chance tournament from 5th to 8th, and the first 4 are immediately qualified for the final stage. I don't know how many will be in the exact final stage. We might have 6, we might have... I don't actually know. I don't think we have that public. I could be wrong though. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to this one. I hope you guys are as well. Let's turn this off. I will be having replays again between the matches. So feel free to send them on my Discord server with preferably a timestamp to know how long your match is going. And yeah. that's basically all there's to it. Let me open up my room right here. My password, where is it? Oh, no, that's the wrong server. There we go. Oh no, wrong channel. Oh, wow, you can't click there. It just straight up removes what you want to type. That's really annoying. And there we go. So we start with Desert Sands today. Not an easy map by any means. Definitely has changed a lot over the throughout the seasons with how it's being played, especially the meta around it and the tanks that have now come in. So I'm looking forward to it. One thing I want to point out, if he is here today. Wait, which team was it again? Before I talk any nonsense. I think I might not need to actually. Ah, never mind, it's Kana. I don't think we watched that today, so no need to mention it. But yeah, we have Serenity versus Reckham. We have watched Reckham yesterday, if I remember correctly, against APA. That was quite a strong performance by APA. Reckham then not really able to hold a candle against them. They just got absolutely decimated. So yeah. Basic rules. These are is a touch tournament, so all of these players are on a mobile device. Matches start at a clock. They have 5 minutes left. 3 minutes? I thought it was 5. Until 5 passed, and then it's technical victory. And after each round, they have a maximum of 3 minutes to swap the lineup and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to this. I hope you guys are as well. Let's say hello to Dark, Mr. Big, and Migi, who have been here early. Hello, guys. Looking forward to it. The map selection today is quite nice. Canal is a fantastic map as well for tournaments. I really enjoy that because it's about those small plays that really end up deciding it more often than not, making it just very neat to play. Both teams seem to be more or less ready here at this point. We have quad E5 from Reckham, double mouse, and then a T22. And Serenity here with a not quite finished up lineup here. We have so far Alpha and the 215B. Double E5, we might see a TVP here, which would be an interesting decision to make. Just for that little bit of burst, and mobility is always nice, but you really heavily drop in hit points if you do. Alright, seems like the TVP is not going to be used. Seems logical to me. And yeah, triple E5 here. Double T22 in a Kranwagen. That is a lot of very mobile lineup. And a lot of DPM as well, but a bit on the low side with hit points here. The FV doesn't have a lot, nor does the T22. So we really gotta be, or they have to be careful. Reckham here going with a lot of a different approach. Double mouse might indicate either a bridge play here or just straight up B with a hard C defense. But I'm not quite sure, so let's just wait and find out what happens here, really. We should be There we go. We are starting now. And let's enjoy first match of the day here. Serenity versus Rakim. First map being Desert Sands. And we see a lot of E5s as usual. Logos are correct. Nice. Alright, so we have Rakim here pushing their E5s into the desert as you would expect. Mouse is here making their way forward to that ridge. And with that, the bridge as well. Heinz here has spotted quite a bit of tanks already. Very fast A-cap here. Gonna give Serenity a bit of time to really form their lineup. But with those double mouses straight up pushing in, they're gonna have to react fast. Because that is 6,000 HP just driving towards them. And they probably aren't really gonna stop all that much. Already double tapping that T-22. Not a lot of damage has come into Rakim yet, and Serenity here is holding back quite heavily. Are being pushed back very far. Here, only in this small area of the map. The T-22 already quite low. E5 here gets double tap. And so does Spitfire here, trying to cross over. And the focus fire from Rakim right now on point, and so is map control. E5 here in the back, taking a little bit of damage, but otherwise it is not looking too bad. We already have 6,000 HP difference here between both of these teams. First bit of actual focus fire now coming in from Serenity, but they already dropped 2 tanks here. And with that, one of their high DPM ones as well, with that T-22. And now are gonna lose Days over here. He's not looking too good. And 3-2. And not looking too well either with his hit points there. Does get ram killed by Child. And this one seems to be a very clear victory here for Rakim. Very strong start. Very good map control. And that mouse play was not that bad. Usually a very slow start on this map. With the teams taking some time before the actual fight happens. But Rakim here this time taking the fight to the opponents with those mouses. Very well executed and a deserved victory here. Going into the lead. The first 1 or 2 matches are not that important. It's gonna be the following ones after. But that doesn't mean you want to be one map down entirely. So let's see what both teams are able to do here. The E5 has been moved out for jail. So let's see what he's able to do. Privyet OG and hello Net4. So yeah, that was a really good strat from Rakim. I really enjoyed that. You can't really do a lot when you have 6,000 HP running towards you. Especially since Rakim did not give them time to think. They instantly pushed with their E5s as well. Because if you see 2 mouses pushing one flank, usually the best thing to do would be to counter push either onto the mouses, which usually you don't want to do, or you push onto the other flank. But because Rakim was this fast with their positioning, there wasn't really any way to do this. So really good game from Rakim. Veil is being streamed by Fishy right now, Blitzfish, and I will stream their second game in about an hour. Alright, lineup change here. Serenity a bit less mobile, but still a lot of DPM here. Double T-22, double eyes for triple E5, very round up and solid lineup, but doesn't specialize in anything. And then we got Rakim here going with an E100 on Desert Sands. That is a unique pick. Double Kran, we see a Vickers as well here from Positive. And then double E5 and an Ice 4. Looks a lot more like something that was planned now to have a specific purpose whilst the lineup from Serenity is just very versatile at reacting to your opponent. So let's see what they're able to do. Just waiting here for the match to begin. Alright. Move that. Let's see what we can do here. Wreck him this time. A little bit aggressive in the desert and the city here. Barney there, pushing straight towards C for some cap control. Gonna get that probably quicker than Serenity now, with not going for a double cap. Who have put all of their tanks inside the desert. Reckon here going for a city play, or town more or less. Pigula here very aggressive, making sure to take that ridgeline, or at least some control of it. Which is not a bad idea. Having a Kranwagen on either side here is really strong. It just depends on if you're able to use it. Good shot then to turn with his E100. See here. Now pretty much not being able to be capped anymore. Pigula has to be a bit careful there with his hit points. And Child here is actually losing quite a bit of HP. Everyone seeming to be having a bit of lag here. I'm not having too many issues. Hit point lead here now for Serenity. They have managed to chip down quite a bit of hit points here on Wreckham. Asking for a restart at this point. Serenity here declining. Not quite sure if they are allowed to have a restart. That depends on how the rules have been set up. But Serenity here holding back Wreckham nicely, but they are having to make a move at some point. Because they are behind in points. It is able to be turned though by a kill, and the most likely one currently is that IS-4 back there in the spawn 2. But they go for Pigula instead here, pushing over with two IS-4s and an E5 here. They have positive in the back to support the Kranwagen. And of course the cross shots here, Platinum takes a massive amount of damage. Pigula here being a great bait. But he needs to be able to also have him clean, and that does not work out. And they do lose their first tank. Wreck him here now behind, but are able to somewhat keep up with the hit points. Child here now making a move with the IS-4. A very risky play to make, as he's very low on hit points. It's gonna get pushed on here. And Wreckham can't leave the city. They basically pincered themselves here, and Serenity's taking full advantage of that. Taking out that very isolated tank here. Not sure what the ISO was doing over there. But Serenity now in control, winning the other rail part. Now able to have easy cross shots here onto Heinz, onto Krul over there. And these two tanks can shoot being unspotted. Spitfire there, still full HP with his IS-4 and C. E100 here absolutely getting shot into pieces. There goes the Kranwagen. And what an absolutely amazing play here. Serenity. Very clinical execution. Haven't really done any mistakes. Have seen the hole within Wreckham. Who have cornered themselves within the city. Therefore, being not a favored strat, or a very common one. And the reason here has been shown once again. Serenity very well played. Taking apart that Wreckham lineup. Being now tied 1-1 for the first map. Strong start here for both teams. Arguably stronger for Wreckham, the first one. Very, very dominant. But they've also thrown harder in their losing games, so, you know, It's to be argued, although I don't quite want to say known. Mm. They just were outpositioned, I think. Not quite the smart choice to make there. But yeah, let's see how both these teams will now be reacting to each other. Both should be warmed up at this point. There's no excuses for being unprepared. As we now move to Canal, we're gonna get that map changed soon. Teams here discussing the server lag. I haven't had any problems. Let me just alright, pretty ping but laggy. Okay. Hey chop. But it's both times or both sides here are being are complaining, sorry. We got our map change, there we go. Nice. Lineup here, we see a mouse being prepared and a leopard. If we see both, that would be very interesting. So let's see. Even a mouse as well here. Reckham nearly done with their lineup. We have a lot of E5 so far. A mouse? You don't usually see that in general, so I'm a bit surprised having both teams taken one here, although that might change. We have 3 IS4s here. Full heavy tank lineup. Nope, never mind. There's a Vickers. Triple IS4, triple E5, and a Vickers from Reckham. We shall not see a Gruul but a 268 instead. Plus Vickers. And are we gonna see a medium too? That would be very weird seeing all 4 classes within one team. And good to know that this is not the case. Let's see. Nope, no medium, but full heavy tanks. We see the mouse, in fact. Double E5. And double Kranvang. A very, very defensive lineup. The vision here for the jail. The 268 for fire support. Yeah, interested to see here, really. What will be happening in this one. Reckham seems to have a very slow but also consistent lineup here with this. This really seems to be a normal kind of lineup that is usable for any map, really. You have that vision, and then just heavy tank HP, some DPM, some armor, and hit points with a little bit of what is it? Mobility? I'm not quite sure. Alright, starting with the next round here. Canal. Oh. Always getting a bit slow into the games right now, I'm not quite sure. Both teams here deciding to go for the top side here, A and B. Quick happy on B. Wrong child here. Has two in front of him. Devil and Platinum. A very aggressive push with their E5s here. Both teams sending someone to A. Jail there with his Vickers. Should be careful. And Child here fighting two. Hit point lead here so far for Reckham, and Serenity is being very risky here with their lineup. C has been capped now as well. No decap here from Cruel. And E5 here. Devil being a bit reckless with his hit points. Good shot there from the 268 on to Troll. Heinz. Can the Vickers get out? It seems like he was able to. Both teams have bled quite a bit of hit points though. Reckham now here looking to commit. Positive is pushing down as well. And these two E5s are more or less trapped. All they have is that 268. And the Kranwagens here, if within sight. Otherwise though, there's not a lot that can be done so far. A very unique Canal game. Daza here is now pushing down as well. And here comes Rakim Barney now helping out as well. Positive here being pummeled quite heavily. And Serenity now a bit of ahead in hit points. Positive there, not quite firing. Shooting Platinum instead. Is now down to a one shot. Here come the Kranwagens. Bounce happens on Positive. Stays alive for one more shot. Gets a max roll out as well. Both teams are now dropping their first tank, and this is just gonna be a head clash. And in terms of tanks, we have a 3v3, but there's two Kranwagens here on the side of Serenity. But the E5 here, it goes down first. The Vickers here actually attacking the 268 has been very heavily hit here. And slowly but surely, Reckham is pulling ahead. 268 now going down. The Vickers is very low on hit points. He's on 16, and this fight is still going on with the Kranwagens. Focus is on Child and Alpha here. But Alpha goes down first. We still have Heinz alive. Ooh, Cruel here able to help out with his Vickers. And now just Spitfire and Daza left. Or Days, I'm not quite sure which of the two. But this game will be for Reckham and Serenity here. A bit too greedy, a bit too aggressive. I'm not quite sure what the plan was. But it could have not gone worse here. And Reckham was just in the right positions with the correct rotations here. Have reacted well. Spitfire here does get a last kill in. But Pigula should be able to clear here. Unless Barney gets it instead. And GG to Reckham. Quick mention here. If I do mispronounce a name, let me know. It is not intentional and I'll see to fix it. Child here really doing massive amount of damage. 5,000 there. Did manage to stay alive for very long there. Wasn't in the greatest position, but he managed to make it work. The 268 here doing some damage as well, but just doing damage alone is not gonna bring you to victory. As we now go to the second game of Canal. We see a lineup change. Now we see a girl. The girl usually used here in spawn 1 to reset C. It does have an angle. And now with its new consumable, does have a rather prominent shot there. So let's see what he does. We also have a mouse here, T22 and quad E5. Probably a play with D and B, I would imagine. Reckham here now taking TVP and Vickers. A very light lineup here for their team. Could potentially, okay, now with double TVP, this might be a push on A here. We have seen that done before, previously with triple Vickers from Raid as an example, pushing into the A corner. But here with double autoloaders, it also has been done. Not remembering what team, but it was double 50B. But it is a very light lineup here, and I'm a bit worried, as they have triple medium, one light tank here on the side of Reckham. So let's see what they're able to do with it. It will be a play over D. No A strats at all. Gel here misses the blind shot. Nearly hit it though. And if we have a quick look at the grill here, he is lining up for the climb. Let's see if he can make it. Oh, very close. Not looking for a C reset here, but climbing up instead. And he manages to get up successfully. Everyone from Serenity is spotted apart from the grill. Here comes the E5 push, and they might just really hard go on D here. A lot of tanks from Reckham are present as well. We have just 5 here with the mouse and the Vickers in the middle. And a heavy push here from Serenity onto Heinz there with the T22. Overcommitting potentially, as they are now getting circled. Double T22 now coming in as well. Focus here on Alpha. Krul is there as well. The grill is now spotted. But Reckham is losing more HP at the moment. Big shot there onto Barney. Drops 900 from an HE shell. And Serenity is actually keeping up with hit points. Even though they have dropped 2 tanks already. 1 down compared to Reckham here. But they are very, very reckless with the way they play right now. They do get out the E5. The TVP still alive here. They need to be dealt with. But the focus right now is on Child and on Heinz. Barney here now also a one-shot. Platinum alone in this corner. Serenity still ahead in hit points, but they just can't clear the tanks. Pigula, they're finally going down to Spitfire. Platinum messes up the shot. Does not kill Barney. Leaving them in a 2v5. Spitfire here with a grill in his team. Gets a nice shot into the Vickers. Sets him on fire. The grill here misses. The good thing here for Reckham is they have managed to capture 2 circles here, giving them a very good advantage right now. And Spitfire is forced to push out, looking to spot what crosses here, and he is able to at least see positive. Misses the shot though. Child up above is seen as well. And Krul here now pushing down. Oh, the grill has been taken out, and it seems to be that Reckham will again take this one here. Very aggressive play. Very reckless. But having the better focus fire here and keeping their tanks alive. Really working out for them. And the kills just did not happen from Serenity. Really well damage spread. Not so bad on the side of Serenity either. It just did not work out in this round right here. A couple of a bit of miscommunication, I believe, is what happened here to Reckham. And not to Reckham, sorry, to Serenity. Not able to clear the tanks that they needed to. And just keeping those alive that were more dangerous, being the TVPs, because they just constantly were able to reload. Let's actually have a quick check and how much damage they did in the end. Yeah, top 3 here, 2.9 and 2.7. And even Heinz and Krul here doing a really good job. It's these mediums, they were able to put out the DPM that they needed to. And if they can, then their lack of hit points, no armor, doesn't mean too much. Because they managed to overcome that. They kept all of them alive until the end. Apart from Krul, who then went down against the mouse at the end. But still, Serenity here could have definitely played that better. And we now have match point in favor of Rackham. Going into the next map here, Neville Frontier. Serenity definitely needs to change up the way they play. Because it hasn't been working. The first game, they got cornered by a very aggressive play with the double mouses. The second one they lost due to cornering themselves. The third game on Canal was just Serenity being way too overextended. And the fourth game that we just saw was them basically attempting to push the weaker side, which turned out to be the stronger one. And it just did not work out. Serenity here really getting baited heavily. And partially even cornered. Rackham hasn't done a lot of mistakes. Other than arguably the second round, in which they have let themselves get pinched. And we now have lineups being changed as we have the new map, or a new map here. Double Kran, triple E5, T22 and IS4 here for Serenity. Rackham going with triple Kran instead, 1 Vickers, and triple E5. A little bit similar in lineup here, albeit still different in core concept. And let's see how both these teams are going to be able to make use of that. Really being slow with entering the game today. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. Let's see if Krul is able to spot anything. But I do not think Serenity will send off anyone here through that area. Rackham committing mostly to the seaside here. Krul actually getting spotted in that bush. Overextending just a little too much. And Heinz there just barely avoiding taking 2. Barney already on C, very quick there. The IS4 from Serenity looking to stop it. Should be able to do that. And we're gonna see a lot of HE flying here between double E5 versus double Kranwagen. Ooh, that was a nice heat pad actually on positive there. It's a really good shot into him. This is gonna be a stalemate down there, and we oh, never mind. Thought A was being capped. Ooh, Serenity actually managed to get 2 tanks across. Only one of them being seen right now. There we go. T22 goes in first. Cool. Did he just not get spotted shooting there? Jeez, that was interesting. Turn there does get shot. And Cool, I still don't know how he managed to pull that one off. But so far, bleeding again more on the side of Rackham here. And Serenity just playing this very carefully. Jaltno alone up top. Takes another heat shell. Serenity here this time really doing well with hitting their shots. Bitfire here now being aggressive. Rackham trying to make a play on C. Hasn't worked out, and Pigula here got hit quite heavily. Kimmy here now making a play. Does put a couple of shots in, but also takes one in return. Rackham here having capped A now. Serenity's making a play over the other side, pushing everyone down. Apart from those 2 Kranwagens up top. And they are planning to make one combined push here around C. And Reckham is lined up for that. Trying to shield Pigula here. Trying to keep his gun. Singing for as long as possible. But Platinum is in position and in a really good one as well. Reckham here trying to flank around. And Serenity using that moment with 2 tanks missing to push onto these 3 here. They get out the first one. Can they get out turn before Days here? They do. Now it's Barney to go. It is a 7v4. 6v3. T22 over there from Serenity now. Also still alive. And Reckham here did not play that well. They tried to push in. No. Yeah, they tried to flank around here. But that had been spotted. So the best play to make from Serenity was to flank. And that is exactly what they did. Really well played here by Serenity. Are able to make some ground again, stopping that match point that Reckham had. And they have just bled a little too much there at the start of this game. Or before the actual fight happened. Because usually you want to trade a bit of shots, get some early damage in, and after that, once you established hit point lead, you want to push in. That's basically what Serenity did here. Very well played and deserved victory. Now moving on to the second game and the second time here, I reckon, on match point. Hit points, it will be at 21 o'clock, so in 30 minutes. Aqua already over. Oof. Interesting here. Starting off, we have quad Kranwagens from Reckham this time. 1 ISO, 1 T22 and 1 E5. That is a very risky strat. And we have not quite a finished lineup yet for Serenity. Having a triple E5, a 215B Vickers Kranwagen, and a potential IS4. Both looking to be rather normal, with some exceptions here being an overusage of the Kranwagens and the 215B here for Serenity. Albeit not unused. It is still a somewhat rare pick within tournaments of high caliber. Alright, let's see what they're able to do here. Hit points again fairly similar, not much difference there. And let's see what both teams are able to do. Reckham again on match point here. It is 3-2 in this best of 7. Oh, positive here. Does manage to get a glimpse on all 3 E5s crossing. Very important spot. Giving them a very good knowledge here. Turn in position for potential early shot into Platinum here. Can he make it? Gets it indeed. Heinz here though overextending a little too much. B play here happening from Serenity as well. We have that IS4 in there. And Barney here capping C. Serenity being very aggressive now. Heinz here, he's losing a ton of hit points. Down to 1,000 here. Within 3-shot territory at this point in time. The IS4 was basically locked down there. Child here overextending a little bit to have that reset. And we get another reset here on the IS4. Doesn't look like it. And Serenity will be gladly taking that. I've managed to get into the hit point lead as well. We have 2 tanks now. I'm not sure why Turn decided to go here, as you are completely shut down. You cannot leave without losing hit points, as long as your enemy pays attention. So it's gonna be quite awkward for them. Yes, for here now in a really good spot, constantly spotting that. Heinz, he's keeping or he's throwing his hit points away. He keeps peeking that corner there. He's lost hit points twice already, and then he did it again. Big misplay there on his part. And Serenity here holding this side very well. Good double lineup here, and that Vickers in support. Not a lot that Wreckham can do. Ooh, Devil there being very aggressive. And Serenity here decides to push onto Heinz, onto Turn, as they already dropped quite a bit of hit points. Have managed to get Heinz out now. Gun advantage here for Serenity, and Wreckham cannot push anywhere other than onto these IS-4 here. Finally managed to clear him, but Wreckham is losing hit points over here. They're losing the fight with Turn as well. Cruel is out now. And Serenity is taking Wreckham apart here. Barney now and B trying to stop that cap from happening. But Serenity is well ahead of them. Max roll here from the Vickers coming in. Child down to a one shot. He should be going down here with the next shell as well. And that finishes the job. And Serenity takes it to a tiebreaker here. What a really good comeback on Neville Frontier. Winning that map twice in a row. And really, really strong as well. In the first one, waiting for their enemy to make a mistake, which ended up happening. And in the second one, they were super aggressive. Very well done. Looking forward to this one now. And let's see, we are now on Yukon. It is tiebreaker here. Lineup for Serenity already complete, and they are looking very strong right now. Managed to get themselves back together, which is what they really needed to, because they have done, or they've let themselves get baited there quite heavily before in these first 4 matches. And yeah, really showing that they can still play well. It just maybe depends on the map. Not everyone has, or everyone has a bad map there on this here. Maybe being the case for Rackham and Neville. Yukon now, their last chance. Both of these teams want to win this, of course. Rackham here currently with no victory on their name, looking for the straw here. They were on match point twice, Serenity stopping them twice as we now go to the final round. Lineups are ready. Triple E5, double Kran T22 and Vickers for Serenity. And the Rackham double mouse, IS4 Kran T22 and double E5. A lot more hit points here on the side of Rackham. A lot more mobile lineup for Serenity. And let's see how both these teams will be addressing this one. Yukon. Not an easy map to play. One of the rare ones with 4 caps, making it so much more important to play with them. Unless, of course, you're having a very aggressive strat, then caps might not be as important. And let's see what Wreckham is able to do here. Are they getting back on their feet? Or is Serenity taking the momentum with them? Winning twice in a row here. Let's see what will happen. Both teams heading towards the corner. Cruel here being the first for Wreckham. Finds 2 on his way. Gets tracked as well. Can he get out of there now? Loses half of his hit points here before using that reactor. Not a greatest start. See early cap here for Serenity. No B cap from Wreckham. And Pigula here is heading straight forward. Not stopping. Heinz here pushing from the other side as well. And Wreckham might be looking to isolate this corner here. And they have already succeeded in doing that. All they need to do now is to make the proper push here. And if they can find it, that might be their chance for victory. And they do decide to push here. Barney turn positive, Child and Cruel pushing in together. Onto this corner here, Platinum and Daze are the first ones to be targeted. But Devil in his T22 is coming from behind as well. Platinum goes down. Daze here now focused between 4. Cruel is gonna go drop as well. These mouses here still alive. Are fighting off that Kranwagen from Serenity. And hit point lead. And 1 extra gun here now on the side of Wreckham. Barney here in a terrible situation right now. Getting focused. Positive here, more or less alone in this situation. Good shield here from Turn. Child trying to stop that T22 from moving. But Barney unable to stay alive here. Both mouses here still alive from Wreckham. Heinz here out of the fight as of right now though. Pigula has a lot of hit points still on him. This is a 4v4. But Heinz right now unable to give any fire support. T22 here goes down. Can Turn put out one more shot onto the Vickers. He can. Gets a great kill onto him. And now it is a 2v3. Pigula is moving in. And Heinz is on the backlines here. A lot of extra HP here on the side of Wreckham. Focus fire is gonna go to Kimmich here. Gets triple tap. Very important shots here from Wreckham. Can they close out their first victory of today? Child here manages to pen Pigula. Clears him. And now it is just 1 E5. And Serenity loses their first. Wreckham wins their first. Congratulations to both teams. And well played to Wreckham here. Getting a great comeback. They did see the corner. They did see it was isolated. Serenity realizing the same thing. They did relocate. But the focus fire on the side of Wreckham was just that much better. And congrats. That was a fantastic game. GG. Well played. What a good tiebreaker that was. Very well played. Serenity here really cutting it close there. Absolute fantastic. That was a very enjoyable match. And now it is time for some replays. And let's just throw one in there and then we're gonna have a look and see the results of the other games. We have about 15 minutes, so I can show a couple of replays. Hello PK, hello Safe. We just witnessed Wreckham versus Serenity, and next we're gonna see Raid versus Vale. That's gonna be very exciting as well. Let me just change up the logos here really quickly. As we show use of the replay here, Wreckham, Serenity, and we have Vale versus Raid coming up next in 14 minutes. That was a great game. Alright, so we had a 4-0 here for Aqua versus Vale. That is a hard hit. We have a 3-4 4-3 for APA against HSOP, who are therefore now still on 0 victories. Unfortunate for them, losing their second tiebreaker in a row, I think. Or at least losing their second tiebreaker in general. Let me just check, actually. They've lost 4-2 against Dino. And 4-3 against 8 Vale, yeah. HSOP not having a good start to this tournament here. And of course the match we just saw, Serenity versus Rekem, 3-4. Great game so far, must admit. Fantastic start. I think Yusuf left a message with this replay. It was the third game in this tank. Interesting, Yusuf. Let's see what you can do with it. Covering the encounter cap here. A more or less typical position, actually, for Waffles. I do see a lot of players taking this spot. Oh, that is a poor T-44. Straight up Amorect from hell. Good night. And shut down. What a harsh world he lives in. Poor guy. Anyone know what time? The times are set. Oh yeah, that was a while ago, sorry. My mistake. I didn't really see that early. Nice HE here. First 2 shots have been really nice. Oh my god, what a shooting gallery. It was a good push. I wouldn't say it is a gamble, because Serenity was isolated within that corner. And I also mentioned that on stream before the push happened, that they needed to find that push. And they needed to make that push, because otherwise Rekem would have certainly lost if for them not finding it. At least that's what I think would have happened. I'm probably wrong, I could be. That's just my assumption. But finding that push is not really a gamble, or executing it. Because, I mean, yes, Serenity is gonna counter push, and that's what they did, right? We had tanks surging into the corner. Serenity had 2 there, I believe. Then Rekem sent in 4 or 5. I don't quite remember right now. And then the answer from Serenity, of course, is to send in more tanks. But whilst that was happening, they lost a massive amount of hit points, and the Mouse versus Kranwagen and one more, I don't quite remember which tank it was, fight also went in favor of Rekem. So really well played by them. Really strong. And yeah, congrats for the victory. Wouldn't say it was a gamble, that's what I'm trying to say. Hey Vengeance, hey Bear. Hey, Yusuf. Yeah, I don't want to see 4 zeros. They're rather unexciting. Dino has won against Kana 4-1. Damn. And the Raid has had their opponent 4-3. Who did they play? Raid. Was it Raid? I'm confused right now. 4-3 for Raid? Wasn't it a 4-0? No, wait, that was Aqua. Raid played BPS then, I assume, right? Let me just check. Raid has played against BPS, yeah. So that was a 4-3. Damn. Tiebreaker. And Dinos really do be clapping people. A new clan, a new bunch of people together. Currently on top of the leaderboard though, winning 3 for 3. Yep. Raid versus BPS 4-3. Aqua versus Vale 4-0. Oh wait, let me just show it to you, right? Let's just show it. Why the hell not? There we go. I'm lazy. Here you go. So yeah, dinos really be popping off right now. HSOP here keeps losing in tiebreaker. That is rather unfortunate for them, I must admit. And yeah, very exciting games with 3 tiebreakers in the 3rd round here. That is quite interesting. And let's see how the next one will apply. Currently on the leaderboard, we have now 1st place to Dino, 2nd to Raid. Well, here on 9th to their opponent right now. And HSOP currently the only ones without a victory. That is really sad to see, considering that they have won more matches in total than Vale or Reckham, who are both above them. HSOP, I feel a bit for them, because they've lost 2 tiebreakers and nearly lost a 3rd. So, not a good start for them. But let's just see what happens, right? We can't be favoring teams here. I mean, we could, but I don't want to. So yeah, next up we have Raid versus Vale. Raid I also did stream yesterday. Playing against HSOP actually, which did end up in a tiebreaker. And now we have Dark on Mines in a Progetto. Self spawn here, lucky. Let's see what he can do. Alright. Oh. Gets 2 shots in. Pretty good start. Hey, was nice. Not sure who of the renamed Raid Boys that is, unless you're a new member. Guten Abend. Let me just check actually on Blitz stars because I want to know who that is. Raid. That's ice. Any player name history? Ice Blade. Okay. Now I know. Okay. Hey, mate. Darky popping off some good damage. Playing it carefully here, as you should. Doesn't play with a speed boost, plays with double mat, double rep. Seems reasonable, I guess. And yeah, what do you guys think about that last matchup? That was fantastic. Personally, that was my opinion at least. That was a really nice one. That was so good. Oh, and there we go. Gets a nice clear. Nice HE clip. That was... Ah, yeah, right. I was about to say low roll, but it's just the spore liner. But you still get the crew damage and all that good stuff, so, you know. Gets the clear. Nice one. GG. Well played. It's the ace. I don't think we've time for another one. So let's just hop on into the room. Let me check the password. It is... God damn it, I really hate this. I can't out-tab, can I? There we go. Everyone here ready. Good luck. Starting off with Yukon here. We've just had the map. Mostly played from the top side, although I have seen Raid play from the other cap side, actually, which is rather interesting. Ooh, lineups ready. That is a lot of Russian on the side of Vale there. Nope. Tatake moved out. Interesting. Just a quick reminder to who streams what matches next. We have us streaming this one. We have Jack streaming Reckham versus BPS, Dinos versus Aqua by Amunet, HSOP versus Serenity by Fujit, and APA versus Kana by Fishy or Blitzfish. So yeah, go check those out if you are interested in the matches or their commentary. And let's see what we got. We got triple ice for double E5 and double T22. Very balanced matchup or lineup in the sense of being somewhat mobile, somewhat armor, somewhat hit points, somewhat DPM. Can do most things. And Raid here going with double Clipper, double 50, triple E5 and double T22. Alright, let's see. Raid has abandoned the damn overuse of Kranwagens, at least for this one. So let's see what they're able to do here. Let's see. Yannick here, of course, has to stand out with his name. Unacceptable. But let's see what he does. Raid here is sending again, at least JP down for D. They have done that a couple of times before. And also S1K and Messi are more or less pushing towards that D area. We get a quick cap from C and B. Who gets it earlier? We get Raid here with slight advantage. Vale here takes the corner though for A. Is gonna take that. And Raid has not gone for D just yet. Although it seems like that will happen here with JP moving in. With the new Jupiter camo here. Messi and S1K joining in as well. To push down that lack of points for the lowest possible. Naro here pushing in quite far forward. Does have some backup though. And Raid is really heavily focusing on this side of the map here. Shapey here. In a bit of a dangerous position right now. With JP and S1K there coming on his side. And Naro there puts the first one into Ego. Good damage start here. So far no one protecting C. So that is up for grab. But Vale here now taking the corner with those T22s here definitely stops Raid dead in their tracks as of right now. Bit of HE damage coming in. Nice shot there onto Diddy. And let's see how Vale will react. Raid has everyone here. Naro is gonna go and flank around a little, but there's still Lauro waiting for him. The 50s here lined up. OG and Django both going into reload. Looking to get that. Yannick and Naru here now pushing in over. Putting more pressure onto Kira. 1K here onto Ego. And it seems Raid will be responding to this push. As Vale is having to do something, and their response is getting rid of these two tanks over here. And Django here is gonna clip Shapey. S1K pushing straight on through. Focus fire here has shifted a little, but Kira throws his tank right in between everyone. Now down to a one shot here. Hit points here are still somewhat similar, but now a gun advantage here for Raid. Lauro being focused. Set on fire as well. He is gonna go down here to Yannick. And Raid is now in control. Yannick does go down to Naker though. And so does Nado. But their job has been complete. And Vale here now in a terrible position. Have been caught out and are being pushed very heavily. The 50s here from Raid still alive. Not anymore. But OG here still full HP. Able to use that hit points now to his advantage to survive at least one more clip. Naker goes down and it's now a 3v4. OG here now in a very good position. Can just push in, take some of the hits for his teammates. And does not have to worry a slight bit because he is gonna get out Diddy together with JP. Lucy is Amaranth, so not gonna be able to do much more. We might see a blow up here, potentially. But it doesn't seem like that's gonna happen. Shapey here down to a one shot. Does get out Messi though. S1K does get the last kill. And this is game for 8. Well played. OG messes up the first shot. But he does manage to clear it in the end. And that's a GG. Hey Blue. A daily damage. A guten Abend. Well played. That was a very good start. And that's what I meant. Raid is playing Yukon differently to any other team within like the top clans that we've seen in the seasons thus far, and even within this tournament. Very unique play on this map here, and I kind of like it because it's not something you usually see, and it works for them. It doesn't work all the time. Not every strat is 100% win rate, unless you only used it once. But Raid is able to make use of it, and that was really well done. Well, they're not able to react all that well, though. Got caught a bit off guard, and the rotation they made did not pay off either. Trying to push out Nado and Yannick there. I'm not sure if it was an intentional trap, but it ended up becoming one, and Vale was just out position. Lineup change here for Vale, none for Raid, as we see now. Double 50 as well here, one crown. Going for triple clipper. We also have one T22, double E5, and an IS4. Let's see how that one will turn out to be. 1000 HP difference here. Shouldn't be all that bad though. We have Yannick and Naru again staying together. Gonna go for this B cap. Not using their speed boosts as they have that speed advantage, and Vale deciding to go down as well here. Not sure if this is a pre-planned strat or just being accustomed to what Raid just did. But they are being rather aggressive with these E5s here. Lucy and Naker straight into this D cap here. A bit out of position though, having to split up at the end. Naker here already takes 2. And Raid sticking together like glue here. Gonna have to probably counter push. Because there is a lot pushing on them. Naker here is definitely gonna go down very soon. But Nado and Yannick again becoming the target here of Vale. This time without any support at all. Nado is gonna be going down first against 5 Yannick here. Gonna be buying as much time as possible, but S1K already on the hunt for that 50. Not keeping him alive for long, But Kira might be able to put out 1 or 2 more shots here. Ego already reloaded, but he's losing so much, and both 50s do go down. And that's the difference between what Raid does and what Vale has done, keeping those 50s alive. And that's what you need to. Yannick's still standing up until a moment ago, and Vale just does not have an answer for Yukon. We are in a 4v4 right now, but the difference between them is the 50 that is still alive, and both being dead for Vale here. They also have both T-22 still very healthy. All of that initial damage from that 50 and the DPM from these T-22s that you want to have until the end is what they keep alive. And Vale not quite able to make that happen, or just, for better or worse, Raid focusing what they need to, and Vale currently is not doing that. Again pushing on the same 2 people as last game, and again it did not work out. GG here to Raid. Well played. And there we have it. Django here doing 4,000 against the 900 and 1,000 from the 50s from Vale, and that's what it is. Keep your goddamn clippers alive, and if you can do that and the player is competent, there's gonna be big damage coming in. And Django here basically showcased that perfectly. Focus fire here, so well done. We had, I'm not sure who it was, but one of the E5s pushing straight onto the 50s. And I think it was Ego who then got absolutely massacred trying to help out his teammate. Well, not teammate, but teammate. Absolutely shredded. And that's the focus you need. And that's what Raid is doing very well so far. And Vale is falling a bit apart. We now are moving on to the next map here. It is Oasis Palm. Lineups here ready for Vale already. We have double Kran, double E5. One IS-4 here might be going towards B. A T-22 from Shapey and the Vickers as usual. But we dare to do some spots around the C camp. Raid also going for 1 Vickers, but an SDB here, interestingly enough, for their medium of choice. Double Kranwagen as well, though. We have double E5 and a VK instead of the IS-4. So rather similar lineups, kind of. We have the SDB versus T-22, both have 2 E5s. VK versus IS-4 here, and both have Vickers. So these tanks are going to be doing similar roles, but the way they will be played and the strategy that both teams have is going to be very different. So let's see what these teams have prepared for us. Let's have a look at Messi's POV here, holding back a bit. Doesn't want to get caught out too early here. Just going to spot Shapey here in a moment, and he does indeed. Gets a nice early shot and gets double tapped here actually. Oh, look at that. Naro and Yannick here. Only Naro though putting shots in, and Shapey here. Not in good shape. Down to 600, down to a 2-shot, and therefore is not gonna get much more out of his tank. Lauro here now being spotted. There's 2 Kranwagens just waiting for him. Already takes the first. Messi here now has to get the hell out of there. Able to get so more or less unscathed. We see a very good A cap from S1K. And Vale here haven't really done a lot of progress at all. Just dropping hit points, and a lot of them as well. Messi here with really good fire support. Those Kranwagens there absolutely doing their job. Ah, it's spotted now though. Have to be a bit careful about that. Kira here is pushing straight down there. Getting proxied from OG, as you would expect to. Both VK and IS-4 there protecting B. And Vale here now. In a very troublesome situation. Finally managing to cap C there from Ego. But how do you deal with those Kranwagens back there? That is the question, and I do not think Vale does have an answer right now. There is not really anywhere they can push, anywhere they can isolate, because even if S1K seems to be more or less open, he has OG, Django, and JP to support him. Same goes for Messi, who has Double Crown, JP, and OG to support him. So there's really no one to just pick off here alone. S1K here though does take some damage from that Vickers. And so is Messi. Of course, damage can come in, but no push will be happening here. Kita has to draw back. Naka here trying to make some moves onto B. Didi here now being active over A, pushing more onto S1K, who's losing more hit points. And Naka trying to make a B play, gets double tapped here and fail. Is looking for their answer with the top side, but Raid more or less prepared. S1K here being dragged out. But can he stay alive? No, he can. Naka gets the kill, but is gonna follow soon after here. Hit point lead still for Raid. But the points are slowly gonna go against them. Vale here is stealing that A cap. And they're pushing more and more on Django here. But he has support. And he's not gonna fall without nothing. OG here able to help out on Lauro now. Does manage to get him. Django here. Down to potential one shot. Lucy gets tracked and Amorak here as well. The E5 very vulnerable with their modules. Is gonna go down here in a moment, down to 24 hit points, and Raid will be taking this one. It is 2 tanks left, Didi and Ego against 6, and that is not a game they can win. JP and Messi here might go down to 200, and Vale is just not really in their top form right now. He's showing it again. Oh. Let me just message him. But yeah, really well played by Raid. Really good setup as well. Haven't seen that strat yet. Seems to be new, or at least worked differently. But damn, that was a strong game here from Raid, and we are already on match point. You forgot to change it for the first game. Great. Well, let's see what we have here. Lineup change for Raid. Very unusual. They usually do not change their lineups unless the map is changed, which is, you know, unique. Not saying that it is a bad thing, but it is interesting to me. We now have quintuple E5s, 1VK, definitely to look out for B again, and then JP here in the medium, giving them a little bit more DPM. Well, here with a player change, Tatake now moving in for Naker. We have triple E5 double Kran IS4 and DD in the Vickers. Somewhat similar to the previous lineup, if not the same. And Vale here just keeps being played by the book. And Raid is making everything right. Setting up really good positions. Baiting Vale into pushing somewhere due to getting early hit point lead. And usually also a cap lead here. Doing a really good job. Messi does get outspotted by Didi, but that is more or less normal. Oh, nice trade there from him. Also bounces the cross shot. Shapey here with his eyes for very close to B. And Messi here does not have a lot to rely on, but he has JP behind him. And Raid here very present around the city. We have an A cap being complete. JP here now has been seen to OG able to give fire support as well, and Lucy then not in a good position. Very, very open. And if Ray takes the right positions, he's gonna get shot into pieces. Yeah, big HE coming in from OG. And Lucy here. Not sure if that gamble will be paying off. They are pushing Messi regardless, but there's the second HE from the E5. From the VK. Lucy's down to 22 hit points and no engine on the E5 anymore. Messi here getting low rolled on. Is gonna be able to take out the E5 now. And quite the misplay here from Lucy. Atake here drops as well. OG there. Really well fire support. JP is still basically unscarred. And Raid now with extra hit points, with a gun more, pushing in. S1K here trying to get out of there. But wants to hug the rock instead. Is gonna go down to Keto. But this flank is lost and Vale overextends. Yet again, trying to make a push that just does not succeed. And Raid very good in taking advantage of that. Are gonna win this one. And we are gonna see a sweep here of 4-0. Vale definitely not their usual self today. They can play this game a whole lot better. Trying their best here right now, but the hit points are just way too much in favor of Raid. And they're gonna just go for the cleanup now. Nado here is looking for Ego. Is gonna get it as well. A bit of a low roll there for the 18, but gets the ram. And yeah, what a fantastic performance here from Raid. Really, really strong. Have definitely improved their gameplay and their style since winter season. And Vale just lagging behind, not able to get together here in OG. Absolute farm fiesta, nearly 6,000 damage. Well played. What a fantastic performance. GG. And we are the first ones to be finished. Congratulations to Raid. And Vale definitely needs to calm down. Just, you know, look back on what happened today. For me, it does not seem like the usual Vale. In the sense of that they were out of position often. They did a lot of missed pushes or just pushed the wrong side in general. And Raid had perfectly read them. They were on the right sides. They expected it. They were waiting for it. And what a strong play. And Vale gets double 4-0 today. Not in form. And that's unfortunate. Vale is not a bad team, nor a bad clan. They know how to play this video game. But they seem to be having some struggles today. I hope they can, you know, get it together and then show us what they're capable of tomorrow. But that shall be it for me for today. Definitely go check out the other streamers. Let me just again remind you of who's streaming what. It is Reckham vs BPS by Wild Ones Helper. We have Aminet streaming Dinos vs Aqua, Fudrit, HSOP vs Serenity, and APA vs Kana, streamed by Fishy. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feedback is always appreciated. And again, if I said a name wrong, let me know. I'll be looking to fix it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And see you all again next time. Bye bye.